Hello and welcome to another episode of Community Update. I am your host, Promise Okoy. Canada has welcomed well over 400,000 newcomers to the country in the last 12 months. The government believes that this move can boost economic growth and reduce a worsening post pandemic labor shortage. Many of these high skilled immigrants tend to bring in money and earn enough to compete for desirable housing. But this comes with a challenge. To discuss this issue with me is a licensed realtor with Exit Metro, Akin Abimbola. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me, Promise.
My pleasure. So, Akin, what is the situation in the market currently?
Wow, that's a very interesting question, and there's a lot of dimensions to it. As you will agree with me, the past 2 years or so, the pandemic came and hit all sectors of the economy, and property, as you know, real estate, gives you a different role entirely in the economy because people need a place to stay, definitely. So properties, that's why properties, they call it an edge against inflation. But with the rate of the inflation right now, it has made everything that surrounds the properties and its offshoots to skyrocket so much that it's going out of proportion. Like in Canada, for example, in the Western countries, they have a mortgage system that has been put in place that has evolved over time that makes it easier for prospective homeowners to acquire loan. But because of the recent surge in property prices, it has made lots of people less qualified to get mortgage loans, making it a seller's market. The sellers are the ones dictating what's going on now because there's huge demand. This the economics that were taught in school, the forces of demand and supply. When there's too many people chasing fewer products, that's what's going on right now. Listings are at record low, and that is causing lots of people to struggle to buy properties, even though they can afford it. Lots of competition have arisen, and so it's
Absolutely.
making the property sector very crazy. Yeah.
I can understand that. And then talking about the issue of rising cost of buildings and properties, but we also understand that immigration and housing, they are both and the same thing. So, how does this impact the housing market?
Well, that's a technical question. There's actually a thin line between immigration and housing, but even at that, they have a complementary effect upon each other. Part of the reason, when I said economic sources of demand and supply, part of the factors is also immigration. The rate of people coming in with huge families, and they want to settle down and have a property of their own because it's a way to start a journey into a generational wealth. So it's also a pretty much good impact and is making developers to is giving developers a run for their money to try to meet up with the demand, and even the government is trying to control the interest rates so that that doesn't go out of hand.
So, would you say it is a good time to invest in real estate?
Oh wow, that's a fantastic question. Trust me, it's always a good time to invest in real estate because real estate has a very huge characteristic which is called hedge against inflation. So no matter what happens, so far there's no it's not a war that's going on. It's always good to provide real estate because it's in high demand. We have over 7 billion people on this earth, and everybody has got to needs to stay somewhere either by renting or buying or actually investing. So it might seem a difficult time to go into real estate, but trust me, it's never easy. Real estate development is not an easy venture. It takes a lot of skill, courage, strength, teamwork, integrity, and stuff. So yeah, it's a perfect time to go into real estate, especially so far the funds are available. When we talk of investment, at the top of the food chain are actually developers because they bring people up to higher standards. by creating the standard they feel should work, although it's in tandem with government regulation. So the advice I'll give anybody that is trying to go into property is to have a positive mindset and be ready to work extra hard. Try to have good good connections, and building good credit and having a good reputation will also help, because in the market we are in now is about trust, and there's a lot of debt involved, because debt is how you actually create wealth. So before people can part with their money or resources to help you build the property market, you have to have a lot going for you, integrity wise. Yeah, you have to have what do you call it, a good debt profile, basically. Yeah.
That sounds good. And this is a beautiful place to leave it here. A positive mindset. And it's something that I think a lot of people will be pleased to do at this time. So I want to thank you, Mr. Akin, for taking the time to be with us this evening.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate your time too.
All right, then. And thank you for joining us today. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Until we come your way again, I am Promise Okoy. Bye for now.